Hello, we're here at Resourcing Tomorrow 2025. Joining me in the Proactive studio, Dan Wilton, the CEO of First Mining Gold. Dan, very good to speak to you. So what brings you to Resourcing Tomorrow?
So an opportunity to connect with investors. We've got a lot of long-standing supporters here in the UK and other investors who obviously travel to this as a great forum to search out investment ideas. So yeah, just a good opportunity to connect going into the end of the year and what's going to be a very, very busy year of catalysts for us in 2026.
We'll get to that in just a moment, but meanwhile, what's the story you're telling investors?
So the story at First Mining is pretty straightforward. We've got two of the largest undeveloped gold projects in Canada, and really one of the next ones we believe to get environmental assessment approval. So we're at the tail end of that EA process, which in Canada is exhaustive and exhausting. But we're targeting that EA approval in the first half of next year. So major catalyst for our Springpole Gold Project.
And in fact, you're on with an updated pre-feasibility study for the Springpole Gold Project recently. Tell us a little bit about that and how encouraging it is.
I mean, very encouraging. Our last study was done in 2021, so really like pricing done in the middle of COVID. So we knew that the costs, both operating and capital costs, had inflated considerably since then, but we really wanted to be able to demonstrate to investors that the gold price had more than made up for that. And I think that's exactly what came out. Our NPV of the project more than doubled to $2.1 billion. Looking at the project, it was $1.1 billion US upfront capital. But we were looking at the project on a base case $3,100 gold price. And the gold price is considerably stronger than that, and we believe it will continue to be. So that PFS also demonstrates incredible leverage to the gold price that these large gold assets can give investors.
You were also out with news of a partnership to advance your Cameron Gold Project, so tell us about that.
Yeah, so Cameron is our sort of our third largest project. We've never really had the financial or human capital capacity to do justice to that project and move it forward. So we've brought in a partner, which is the Fiore Group, Frank Justra and Sean Kun and their team, who are basically putting it into a new company. They've raised about $15 million. So that we're going to still be a majority owner of that company moving forward, but it gives a dedicated team with good financial resources to really start unlocking the opportunities at that project as well.
So Dan, tell us about those catalysts that your investors should be looking out for as we head into 2026.
Yeah, so the real key ones for us are around that environmental assessment. We'd love to be in a position to be announcing more agreements with Indigenous communities around the project as well. But again, targeting that EA approval, the end of what has been an 8-year process to get environmental assessment approval for this project. But once we get that with Springpole, it really puts it as one of maybe 3 projects, major gold projects in Canada that could get a shovel in the ground before 2030. So again, really differentiating it in terms of an ability to move it forward. I think that's important for investors to know, particularly because you can still buy this project in the market for less than $30 an ounce. And our peers tend to trade at $150 to $200 an ounce. So I think we get that environmental assessment approval, you see some immediate share price momentum and re-rating opportunity that comes with that. Still a lot of hard work to do as we continue to take the project through feasibility study in 2026, but those main catalysts should be coming in the first half.
Well, Dan, it sounds like an exciting period for the company. I hope you'll share your progress with us.
Outstanding, I certainly will. Thanks for having us.
Dan Wilton, the CEO of First Mining Gold.